Wanted is about Finnick being Annie's mentor in the games, and that's a popular theory, but I don't think we're ever actually told that, and based on the information we have, I don't think he was. When Katniss asks him about his feelings for Annie, he says that she snuck up on him. To me, that makes more sense in the context of them getting to know each other after their games, rather than him mentoring her in the arena. And a lot of that is because they probably both volunteered for the games. Like, the thing is, four is a career district. There are differences between each of the three career districts that we can talk about, but the bottom line is, when Katniss talks about their size, their training, their volunteering, the number of victors they have, their alliance, and this is across multiple books, she doesn't draw any distinctions between those three districts. And Sunrise makes it clear that that's been in place for decades. It's not a recent development. Macely kind of taunts Marie about why 4 teams up with 1 and 2, but other than that, we aren't really seeing any functional differences between those three. Katniss has to watch the games every year, and she watches the Reapings in Catching Fire. She's presumably seeing these kids volunteering every year, and she's looking at how many victors they have standing there for the 75th games for that Reaping. Like, yeah, she's an unreliable narrator sometimes, but she's able to count. And I think that jumping to her being unreliable in a situation where it's convenient to think that because it absolves characters we like of moral complexity, we should be really cautious about that. Finnick and Annie are about the same age, he's just a year older than her, but there's a big gap in when they won their games. He won the 65th games and Annie won the 70th. Everything we see indicates that victors have a hard time reconnecting with people once they're back home, which makes sense. But that feels like it's probably especially true for a career who volunteered because, one, you chose to put yourself in that situation in a way that most tributes didn't. And two, both the games and everything that comes after, and we know what comes after for Finnick, are going to feel like a betrayal of a promise you believed enough to risk your life. I just have a hard time seeing Finnick getting involved with someone who's still all in on volunteering for the games. If you want to say, oh, maybe Annie didn't volunteer, maybe she was just reaped, that's even more unlikely. There's no way that Snow would want to lose his best piece of leverage against Finnick. Katniss hears several people when she and Finnick are trapped with the Mockingjays, but Finnick only seems to hear Annie. If they've only got 2 people they can threaten him with, Annie and Mags, they'd target Mags before they targeted Annie, because that would still hurt Finnick, but she is definitely not going to be having kids with Finnick who would also be a means to control him. And it's not like 4 is exactly hurting for victors. There are a lot of people to be Annie's mentor. Like, it's certainly possible that he was, but I just feel like it makes a lot more sense for this to be a dynamic where 2 kind of broken people find each other and bond over shared trauma, rather than them being sweethearts beforehand.